Okay.
Okay.
I think we understood a little bit.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. I would start. I want to start with a good thing, which is I really like the ideas, and it's really nice. I don't like the fact that there is no clubs. Then every four to the floor track becomes a break track, and this is something that I've been noticing for a while now. There is other rhythms than four to the floor and break in life. There's more rhythms that could be very interesting, especially if you make track which you in your in your concept is okay. There's no clubs to play it. I'm not gonna play breakbeat in my house. That's I'll start with that. And I would say before I let you take a run on it, that the sounds are very crisp and it sounds like a sample pack more than something that's been made specifically for it. That's for me.
Okay, the technical side. I'm not a producer, so I can listen as a record store guy, and then those are the times you put the needle on the record, and in 5 seconds, oh, nothing is going to happen. You just skip through it, and most of the times it works. It started really nice. It made me smile because it reminded me of the times. I don't know if anyone still remembers times of Big Beat and Wall of
Yeah.
Sound and Skint and this beer drunk. And but then nothing really happened. Then the break came, and the breaks are always tiring for me.
Yeah.
That's why.
Why do you need a
I
break so early? Like,
why at all? Most of the times, I mean, it just does not do anything except kind of losing me and my attention. Nevertheless, it sounds good and technically good. And
yeah,
it would be nice if there is someone out there who was listening to this and then just, write to this guy and do some kind of,
yeah.
forest run jogging back.
It could be Kev from Glasgow said you can do an audiobook and he will subscribe. He loves your voice. Nobody that's
Oh, no one ever heard my voice except a few friends, I think, so
yeah.
it's fine.
By the way, I think it's one of your first. I feel like it's one of your only appearance for this period of time. It's like it's already 20 minutes here. It's like 100 people. What's up, Juan? You're missing us. I'm reading from the chat. I'm like,
Yeah, that was a nice show with him. It was really nice. It was also
yeah,
nice to see how someone else looks like after 3 days of being somewhere else, without any content. It was nice to,
yeah.
it was almost, oh shit, is it how I look like 3 days later? It was really nice. So,
You know the crowd boys that they're asking if you can zoom in on your shirt. I don't know. You can see the chat also.
uh, well, I don't know. Yeah, let me remove
Yeah, of
this.
course.
Is it visible?
Yeah. What does it say?
It doesn't say nothing. There are names of cities, and there is a red star that was.
It's like Croatia. No, like
Yeah,
all
it was what existed before. It's basically a map of Yugoslavia.
yeah,
So it's like Atlantis.
yeah. Where is it gone? Still
Well,
there.
it's of course it's still there. Everything is still there as long as
People
we don't
haven't
forget
always
things.
been so many languages. Also, I'm very bad in history of that area.
Uh,
There's always been
there-
Croatia, Bosnia, and
It's basically the
Serbia.
same. It's like the
Yeah,
difference between North Germany and Hamburg and Bavaria. Okay, when Bavarians go deep Bavarian, for example, you can't really understand them. But
yeah,
it was, when I was a kid in the school, it was called Serbo-Croatian in Serbia, and I think Croat Serbian in Croatia, but it's basically the same language. Slovenian was something else. Macedonian is closer to Bulgarians, but Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia. Who else was there? That was basically it. There was
Montenegro.
no language barrier. Montenegro, of course. Certain words you had different, but in the school you basically read all those books, poems, everything. So even if bread
Yeah,
is being said differently in Croatian, you know that it's bread. There are no secrets.
I'm wondering. I have a friend that's Slovenian, but he can understand Croatian people, but they can understand him. they don't speak Slovenian, but he can understand Croatian.
Yes, yeah,
That's
probably because also Slovenia. I mean, we are talking now. It's been such a long time, about the time 30 years ago. But
yeah,
like kind of, I think older Slovenian people also were reading Croatian or Serbian literature, and basically it was just the language that you would. It was like official language, I think, and they would learn it, of
when
course.
did you
Now
leave?
I left in 91, 92,
That's where
92.
that's
Yeah.
after the war.
No,
Before
it was basically the summer or early autumn of the year when it started, and
but
basically,
you left, your family left because of this, or
no, my family is still in Belgrade. They are all in Belgrade. It was
ah,
only young Vladimir who
only
packed
you
one bag. That
and straight to Düsseldorf?
no. First, I went somewhere else, and then I got. Basically place in Bochum at the university to study, and that's how I ended up in this area basically. And
Yeah,
then Düsseldorf is not really far and all this. But my idea back then was, if I'm not going to be in Belgrade and study basically the same thing that I did here, I would like to be in a country where I don't have to read much translations
yeah,
of topics and stuff that I was into at that time. And then probably 80% of that literature was written in Germany and came in Germany. And I thought,
I'm guessing
then
philosophy.
I don't need a middleman
Yeah,
to translate something for me. So I also learned that language, I mean, German language, from a very academic side first. I had some difficulties to order bread for a few years. It's the simple things.
yeah.
But that's how more or less Germany happened. And
And
it's also interesting
you
to.
never left.
Hmm?
And you left.
No, 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 no. I mean, I had a few years after I left. It was a weird feeling, like somehow it's difficult to explain. Not really feeling displaced, but you have this attachment to certain cities, streets, stories, and history. Until I realized one morning, basically, that nothing has changed. It's still my life. It's still not someone else who woke up in some other place, in some other country, and there is no thing like the life before or life now. It's just one continuum, and then suddenly made sense again. But it's
And
been a long
made sense
time.
to be in Germany more, or made sense?
Yeah, but kind of just made kind of sense in terms of being on this planet.
Yeah. So you don't have this. I don't feel.
Without.
You don't have this. I don't feel included in your own situation. I mean, maybe it's
No, not.
a Berlin thing, and other parts of Germany are more accepting and
Uh,
easier for you to become part of it. You know what I mean?
Probably, but that's the case everywhere. I mean, if you end up in some, I don't know, like it's probably also in Israel. It's a difference if you end up in Tel Aviv
Yeah.
or someone else, how people interact with you, look at you, how your life is
Yeah.
doing. But then if you overcome this idea of borders, that I'm not an idiot, I know that they exist and
Yeah.
all
Of
this
course.
visa procedure and everything. But in a way, why would I let them define my frame in a way? And then it became fine, and my language is quite good. It was also fun to somehow get to know your environment as a foreigner through the language first, like
Yeah.
really complicated and complex stuff, and then see their characters, and then I still wonder, is it the language that shapes the character of the nation, or is it the nation that gives birth to the language? Because German is quite precise and fantastic language, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it
mean,
doesn't
yeah.
leave any room for interpretation. That's what I
Oh,
feel.
plenty of it. There is beautiful poetry and everything, but in a way, it
No, but I
doesn't
mean,
leave
when
a
people
room
speak
for.
with you, you understand what they tell you. You know what I mean? It's not like there's no, not too much double meanings for whatever is being said.
Yeah,
In normal
if you want, you can basically avoid every argument and misunderstanding because the language is so precise.
day. Yeah.
And if you do let this, then sometimes I think it's a deliberate kind of
Yeah.
causing fire and everything, because you basically have a word, or you can create word for everything if you want. But then, as with everything, if our language and the way of communication gets reduced to all this Twitter 140 lol
Yeah.
characters, then we are doomed. It's like then it turns into this WTF, LOL, and
Yeah.
ROFL and Orly and thing.
Sometimes it's
Yeah,
so
it's
convenient.
sad.
It's the convenient part.
It's not convenient at all. I kind of for a few years I didn't know what it means. Ruffle and what, and then Orly, and then there are
Yeah.
those owls. So I had to look into Urban Dictionary to figure out what. But I'm also
It's
not.
another language.
Yes, and I'm not
Also, if you look at it.
8 or 9 anymore. So it's not.
Yeah. No, but
What do I know?
it's like another language. It's another thing you learn. It doesn't mean that you need to. If you now know French, it doesn't mean you need to speak French all the time. It's just something that's useful when you're there. You're part of this. You know what I mean?
I know it's just somehow.
That's for me. It's like the changing of times are driving me crazy. Also because I'm a very nostalgic person. I wanted stuff to be the same all the time, and I don't want things to change. But fuck it. What can I do?
Yeah, but I
Life
don't know.
is
Just
moving.
in my mind, it's nicer to tell something like, "Oh, that was a really nice joke. You really made me laugh," instead of "lol." It's
Yeah,
somehow disrespectful and
yeah. Or people that
not
write haha,
meaningless.
looking at them and they're not laughing.
Yeah, and then when all the smileys entered our lives, everything became, "Oh, I didn't mean it
Yeah,
that way because there is a smiley at the end." I'm like, "No, but what did you say then in the end? Is it funny or not?" It
yeah.
is. It is.
Just
It
leave
is it is
room
interestingly
for.
confusing for me.
Yeah, maybe that's the issue. Maybe we touch that nerve that it leaves too much stuff to for self interpretation of what do people want from me, and this
Yeah, or what they want from
like I
themselves.
don't know what he meant. Really, I don't know what he meant. I think there's one thing that and then I want to listen to the next one because there's a new thing about the color of the heart you're sending in a text. Have
Oh,
you
tell me about it.
Only
Someone
if you
told me,
send a
someone,
red heart, you really like the person. All
okay,
the
because
all the other colors of the heart are fake.
see, it's a mess. Someone very dear to me told me a few days ago that lots of misunderstanding happened online in those fast chats
Mhm.
when you send someone a red heart. And then suddenly, is it a sympathy? Is it a flirting or something?
A
No,
red
it's
heart
fucking,
is,
love.
is something you send to your family or your best friends. You don't
Okay.
you don't sell the red heart to random people. You
And
can
then
you can send like a yellow heart or a gray there is or whatever, a blue. A lot of people like the blue. It's a heart. It doesn't mean anything. It's not an emotion. It's just a symbol.
okay, I'll remember
Black.
that.
Somebody says black goth. It's like it's a part of a crew. But red is real. You send your mother. It's red. You love her. That's what you
Yeah,
did.
but I also love my friends. I mean,
Yeah.
people
If
I
it's a
do
real
send
friend,
a
send
red
them a real
heart.
heart.
It's
You
real
know.
meaning. Okay, I'll figure out because Purple Heart I somehow try to avoid because it's this
Yeah.
military like
Yeah. People don't
heroic
get it. Yeah.
thing, and it's
People
just
don't
kind
have.
of don't. Okay, yeah, black hearts I like. It's probably
That's
like a
good.
black smoker
Yeah.
smoking. Yeah.
Young. We'll talk about your smoking habits in a bit. Let's listen to music.
Yes, please.